corporate reactions now, expectations more so, because the budget is still ahead of us, not behind us. Atul Lall is now joining us, Managing Director at Dixon Technologies. Is the leader in the EMS space by a long shot. Atul, good morning. Great to have you with us here. Thank you very much for your time. Prashant this side. It's essentially the poster child for what the government can do in terms of pushing an industry and really helping it start up from the scratch with those PLIs working their magic over the last many years. What should we expect this time around, Atul? There's that components PLI, which has been spoken about quite a bit. Your expectations?
So, Prashant, you're absolutely right. We in the industry are very keenly waiting for the component PLI to be rolled out. Hopefully, we'll hear something about it in the budget. Please appreciate that the electronics industry has been on a significant upswing. And the agenda of the government is to take it up from $150 billion to almost $500 billion in the next 6-7 years. And the first part of ensuring that all devices are being manufactured in India has already been achieved. The next is to enhance the value addition, expand the value addition, for which the component ecosystem is required. So we are keenly looking forward to the rollout of the PLI scheme for components, which is going to be essential in taking the industry forward. That's one bit. Second, of course, electronics manufacturing is a highly labor-intensive industry. So we expect something more because the Honorable Finance Minister had already rolled out some schemes. We require some structural strengthening of those schemes. We feel that there should be something on that line also, so that the employment creation is seamless. So these are the two things. And of course, there is some tweaking required in the indirect taxes so that the operation of the industry is much smoother. So electronics industry is on a high, and we are keenly looking forward to this budget on these three parameters.
Atul, just one clarification. The earlier PLI winds down. There is no concessional. The component is, of course, ahead of us, but the earlier PLI is now winding down. No expectation on that, right?
So 25-26 is the sunset year.
Right.
PLI scheme for mobile. However, the schemes for white goods and telecom devices carry on. There is still a significant part of tenure is still left. So we feel that there should be something more on the PLI for mobiles, because mobile has already emerged as the second largest export product in the country. And we need some kind of handholding more, because still this industry is in a stages of infancy to take it forward, possibly with some more tweaks, but some more handholding is required beyond 26.
Mr. Lall, just to get further clarification, the new PLI scheme, which has recently been announced, which is for electronics, that covers components, or are you now saying that we need another additional new scheme, which will specifically cover components that go into electronics?
So we are waiting for the rollout of the electronic components PLI scheme. We understand it's going to be rolled out shortly. Basically, we are talking and referring here to non-semiconductor components. What government had earlier under ISM-1 was primarily focused on the semiconductor components. So here we are talking about the non-semiconductor components, which form almost 50% of the bill of material of electronic devices. And that is essential in giving stability and also improving the cost structures in the industry.
Okay. And Mr. Lall, you're expecting that 15% concessional tax regime to be extended. You already have taken advantage of it.
Yeah, in many of our units, we are availing 15% tax regime. Yeah, because that's going to be again a big up, because we in the industry are having significant capex investments, and we're expanding. We are setting up almost 2 to 3 factories every year. Our labor intensity, we were 2,000 people 7 years back. We're 35,000 people now. So that support is also going to be helpful.
Atul Lall, they're talking about the components PLI scheme, and I just wanted to make a point here because in my conversation with the IT Minister, Ashwini Vaishnav in Davos, he did acknowledge the fact that the government is working on a PLI scheme for components. He also said that the consultation process was on, but did suggest that perhaps in the next few weeks we could hear something more about that. So whether we see an announcement in the budget or an outlay in the budget, I'm not sure. We'll have to wait to see. Of course, the expectation is that it'll be about 25,000 crores. That's the estimate at this point in time, but we'll have to wait to see. Mr. Lall, a quick comment from you on that?
Yeah, I appreciate it. We also have a similar understanding. So if there is some indication, some positive announcement, we know that the exact contours of the scheme is going to take some time to be rolled out because it requires cabinet approvals and more complex processes. But some indication that is going to give a huge positive sentiment in the industry.
Yes, that certainly is the case.